good. Audio straight. We good on audio? One in the chat. We good on audio. Good on audio. Alright. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode. The Solid 79 Show. I'm your host, Solid 79. We got a lot to cover today, so we're going to get right to it. We're going to get right to it. Got a couple stories for you and a presentation coming up. So first and foremost, first story of the day. Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham was diagnosed with a collapsed lung, expected to miss an extended period of time, sources tell ESPN. Let's run the numbers, shall we? Let's run the numbers. There you have it. Cade Cunningham's numbers. You see that? See that? That right there? That personal 7 year. Personal 7 years. We talked about it. Personal 7 years include injuries. Injuries. Perfect time to get smarter though. Oh wait a minute. Perfect time to get smarter, but you can't escape it. You can't escape that 7. What else we got? What else we got? Let me see. Who else? Who else? We got this video here making its rounds. Jaylen Brown explained how run that back. Jaylen Brown explains how he's memorized all of his teammates' astrology and numerology in order to better learn how to communicate them. Let's run the tape.
Joe talked about how your leadership style is involved really getting to know your teammates and kind of learning what makes them tick. What was that process like for you this season? Was it something that you had thought about that you're going to start doing more intentionally? How did that come to be?
Yeah. I mean, I learned a lot about each and every one of our guys, even down to astrology, even down to everything. I learned kind of communication styles that work best for each individual, and started utilizing that when I speak to each and every guy. So it definitely, I didn't know if it would work before the season started, but that stuff definitely works.
Did you make flashcards?
No, I memorized Mimi's. He's Year of the Rabbit. I mean, so his communication is different from D White. D White's Year of the Dog, so his communication style is different. Hugo's also a dog. Peyton's is a tiger. JT's a tiger. Ron is a dragon. Joe's a dragon. Nicolo, he's new to our team. He's Year of the Horse. He's Year of the Horse right now. Each of those have different communication styles, and you can go into numerology as well. Sam is a 5. I'm a 5. So different breakdowns, and then you can also go into star signs, it's between like, JT's a Pisces, etc. I learned all of that different type of stuff, and I was able to like communicate to guys in different ways that kind of helped with my leadership this year.
Where did that idea come from, like to do that?
I had some, what you could say, some friends that kind of, who are into that stuff, and that kind of suggested it. Maybe try it, see if it works, and everybody has a different kind of makeup of who they are and how they approach things. And if you learn a little bit about each person, kind of what makes them tick, you can kind of learn more about how to maximize potential. So all that type of stuff like added up over the course of the season, and here we are.
What is numerology? How does that work?
Numerology is like a combination of your numbers.
One time for Jaylen Brown. We learning, man. We learning. We're going places. Lotto and 21 Savage. Oh, man. Expecting their first child together. First off, congratulations to those two. Congratulations. But we had somebody run their numbers a little bit. Darren on Twitter says, the Matrix is cruel. Lotto's birthday, 12/22/1998, a 7-life path. 21 Savage's birthday, October 22nd, 1992, an 8-life path monkey. Rewind a little bit. Lotto is also a 7-life path tiger, while 21 Savage is a 8-life path monkey. See, he says tiger and monkey are enemy signs. Never supposed to procreate with your enemy sign. So with that being said, let's do something real quick. All right. Back to Q. The best numerology and astrology app on the market. Go ahead to compatibility, right? And what was it? November? Was it November? Oh man, I forgot. Hold up. November 22nd. Hold up. Let me pull it back up, because we don't need no false information. All right. Lotto, December 22nd, 1998. All right. We got 21's birthday, October 22nd, 92. Right? Oh. Let's see what happens. And there you have it, folks. There you have it. The dynamic. 7-life path tiger, 8-life path monkey. 7 pulls back to analyze and recharge, while the 8 pushes forward for results and control. The tiger confronts challenges head on, but the monkey dodges, pivots, and looks for clever workarounds. Both move fast, but in different directions and for different reasons. What works is that both sides are sharp and adapt quickly under pressure. Something to watch is that problems start when the 8 demands action and influence, but the 7 needs space and quiet. Misunderstandings pile up when one side seeks depth and the other chases external results. Final tip: this pairing only holds together when both accept they want different things and stop trying to change each other. So best of luck to both of them, man. Best of luck. Best of luck to them. But the numbers don't lie. And we'll see what happens, right? We'll see. In more news, Popeyes. Closures are mounting after bankruptcy filing. I believe it was over 130 locations. So let's run the numbers on Popeye. I'm telling you, this is a cheat code. Just run the numbers on anything. Run the numbers on anything and everything. Okay? We go look at Popeyes, and what do we have here? A rat sign. In a 9 personal year. A rat in a 9 personal year. So we know the 9 is the endings, the completion. Not saying the company's going under. They got good chicken, so they're going to be all right. But that rat energy, it can get ugly, especially during the enemy year, which is the horse year, right? Right? We also got St. Patrick's Day. There was a rooftop fire on East 43rd Street in Manhattan near the St. Patrick's Day parade. And it should be obvious for obvious reasons. But check out, what do you know? New York City, established May 27th, 1624. A 9 life path and a 5 personal year. Going through changes, new governor and whatnot, and a rat. So all we can do is just, keep seeing what happens. Let's see what happens. Last big story of the day. Shout out to Afro Man. Shout out to Afro Man. If you look here, he officially wins the lawsuit sheriff deputies filed against him for defamation and invasion of privacy through false light. If you don't know the story behind what happened with Afro Man, his home was raided for nothing, basically. Law enforcement came in, trashed his place, stole some money from him, and Afro Man took to YouTube to create videos on the situation. Let's run one of the tapes.
Randy Walters is the son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why I fucked his wife and got filthy rich. Randy Walters is the son of a bitch. That's why I fucked your wife and got filthy rich. Hey Randy, fix my dough, fix my dough. Stop stealing my dough, stop stealing my dough. Stop disconnecting my video. Fix my dough, fix my dough. Stop stealing my dough, stop stealing my dough. Stop disconnecting my video. Fix my dough, fix my dough. Stop stealing my dough, stop stealing my dough. Stop disconnecting my video. Fix my dough, fix my dough. Stop stealing my dough, stop stealing my dough. Stop disconnecting my video.
Now, let's run the numbers, shall we? Let's run the numbers. Afro Man, Joseph Edgar Foreman, born July 28th, 28th day, 1974, known by his stage name Afro Man, an American rapper, singer, musician, and civil liberties activist. Major label debut, The Good Times, released in 2001, featured the singles Because I Got High, Crazy Rap, and Crazy Rap. Oh, man. Because I Got High was nominated for a Grammy Award in 2002 for Best Rap Solo Performance. July 28th, 1974. Let's see. Let's check that out. July 28th, 1974. An 11 Life Path, 28 day. Very, very special soul. Very special soul. Also a tiger. So, it is 8 personal year. Made him some money. Good for him. And if you go look at some tiger information, you can see that tiger has got great compatibility with the horse. And that trine of horse, tiger, and dog. Horse, tiger, and dog. So it's been predicted or projected that tigers and dogs do well in horse years because that is the trine that they belong to. So, and Afro Man's had these videos out for a while, but he definitely won the defamation case. And I feel like this has a lot to do with it. Him being a tiger in the horse year, being able to celebrate, showcasing his celebrity. A lot of people who didn't know who he was know who he is now. So shout out to Afro Man. It's good stuff. Okay. And now, without further ado, let's get to the lesson of the show. This one's right here is for my dreamers. This presentation is brought to you by Dark Light Consciousness by Edward Bruce Bynum. Being that it is a 7-day, it's a great day to learn. So put your thinking caps on. This one is gonna be a little bit advanced. But here we go. Dark Light Consciousness, the brain, dreams, and the luminous matrix of reality. Exploring neuroscience, deep consciousness, and esoteric wisdom through the lens of Dr. Edward Bruce Bynum's transformative work. All right. Can you see all that? Yeah. All right. Dark Light Consciousness. About the author. Dr. Edward Bruce Bynum is a clinical psychologist, transpersonal therapist, and a former director of behavioral medicine at the University of Massachusetts Health Services. His work bridges neuroscience, African spiritual traditions, quantum physics, and depth psychology, exploring how consciousness operates at the deepest biological levels. His core thesis, a luminous matrix of dark light, rooted in melanin and the neuromelanin systems in the brain, underlies all conscious experience. This dark light is not merely biological. It is the substrate through which individual consciousness connects to universal infinite consciousness. Right? We're all connected more than we think. Okay? The architecture of consciousness. There are 3 layers. There are 3 layers of that. 3 layers of reality. The reptilian brain in your brain stem. This controls your survival instincts, autonomic functions, breathing, heart rate, fight or flight. The oldest evolutionary layer. In Bynum's framework, this is where primal, pre-verbal consciousness resides, connected to deep somatic awareness. All right. Next, you have the limbic system in the second layer. The mammalian brain. This is your emotional brain. The amygdala, the hippocampus, the hypothalamus. Governs memory, emotion, and dreaming. The REM cycle originates here. Bynum links this layer to ancestral memory and the family unconscious. Okay? And in the third layer, you have the neocortex, the human brain. Higher cognition, language, abstract thought. Neuroscience shows it receives rather than generates most deep processing. Consciousness bubbles up from below, not top down. All right? Neuromelanin, the brain's dark matter. Bynum's central discovery is that melanin is a cosmic receiver. What is neuromelanin? Neuromelanin is a dark pigment found in the substantia nigra and locus coeruleus, 2 of the most critical regions of the brain for consciousness, mood, and movement. Bynum argues that neuromelanin is not just a pigment. It is a biophotonic semiconductor that absorbs, stores, and emits light. This makes it a biological interface between physical reality and the quantum field of consciousness. Okay? Verified neuroscience confirms the locus coeruleus, heavily melanated, is the brain's primary norepinephrine hub, I guess, maybe, governing arousal, attention, and the sleep-wake cycle. And here over to the right, see some little stats on neuromelanin. 600K neurons in the substantia nigra rich in neuromelanin. The 2 regions, the locus coeruleus and the substantia nigra, directly govern REM sleep and the biophotons. The brain emits measurable light at quantum frequencies. So believe it or not, your brain actually emits light. When it comes to dreams, the brain's inner cinema. This is where neuroscience meets the infinite. N1, the N1 stage, your hypnagogic state. Transition to sleep. Theta waves emerge. Brief, vivid hallucinations, gateway between waking and dream consciousness. Second state, N2. Light sleep spindles. K complexes and sleep spindles will appear, the brain actively consolidating memory and filtering sensory input. The third state is N3, deep slow wave sleep, or SWS. Delta waves dominate. Bynum identifies this as the zone of ancestral resonance, where personal consciousness touches the collective. And the last state is the one we're mostly familiar with, and that is rapid eye movement, or the REM cycle, or REM state. Vivid dreaming, brain activity mirrors waking state. The limbic system and visual cortex are maximally active. Identity dissolves. All right. For the framework, the family unconsciousness. Bynum's expansion of Jung. Consciousness is shared, not solitary. The family unconsciousness is that level of psyche shared among members of a biological family unit, transmitted not merely through socialization, but through neurobiological resonance, shared dreams, and melanin mediated light energy exchanges. Beyond Jung. And we are referencing Carl Jung. He's got some great work on this information as well. So beyond Jung, while Jung proposed the collective unconsciousness as a universal psychic layer, Bynum extends this to biological families, arguing that shared neuromelanin signatures create a literal, energetic network among blood relatives. Okay. Neuroscience parallel. Modern epigenetics confirm that trauma, memory patterns, and even emotional tendencies can be passed transgenerationally via gene expression changes, offering scientific grounding for Bynum's model. Dreams as transmission. In deep sleep and REM sleep, the brain enters a state where this shared field becomes accessible. Dreams of deceased relatives, synchronistic family events, and shared premonitions are reframed as real data, not superstition. And in the Luminous Matrix of Reality, this is where individual minds touch infinite consciousness. What is the luminous matrix? Bynum describes a field of luminous dark energy underpinning all matter, all biological life, all consciousness. He correlates it directly with quantum vacuum energy, 0-point field, biophotonic light emissions from neurons, melanin as a bio antenna tuned to this field, the Akashic field of ancient tradition. In sleep and deep meditation, the brain's neuromelanin systems quiet ego processing and the matrix becomes perceptible, experienced as unity, vision, or contact with ancestral intelligence. And it's made up of quantum fields, biophotonic emission, melanin resonance, and ancestral consciousness. Brainwaves in the state of consciousness. Science confirms the spectrum Bynum maps. The beta, the alpha, the theta, and the gamma. These should look extremely familiar, especially in terms of the frequencies, which we covered in previous shows. So with the beta waves that resonate between 14 and 40 hertz, your waking consciousness. You can expect to experience analytical thought, problem solving, active ego processing, and this is the surface layer of mind. In the alpha state, this resonates between 8 and 14 hertz, and this is relaxed awareness. This is achieved through meditation, creative flow, and light trance. This is the bridge between waking and dreaming. Okay? And the theta state resonates between 4 to 8 hertz. This is deep meditation or REM sleep. Hypnagogic imagery, REM dreams, shamanic states, Bynum zone of family unconscious access. In the delta state, this is half of a hertz to 4 hertz. You're in deep sleep at this state. You can experience cellular regeneration, unconscious processing. This is the deepest layer. This is the connection between the universal consciousness and the gamma state, resonating between 40 hertz and 100 hertz. This is peak awareness. Mystical experience, peak states, binding of consciousness, reported in advanced meditators. All right, it's high level stuff right there. The pineal gland. Is this the seat of the soul? Ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience converge. The Descartes called it the seat of the soul. produces melatonin and DMT precursors, contains piezoelectric calcite microcrystals responsive to electromagnetic fields. And this is also comparative to sacred geometry. And and the fact that sacred geometry can actually be manipulated in these deep sleep or dream states. Melatonin and sleep architecture. The pineal gland regulates the circadian rhythm by secreting melatonin in response to darkness. Bynum links its melanin-containing cells, the pineal lokites, to the broader melanin consciousness network, making it a light-sensitive biological clock and a consciousness modulator. DMT and the endogenous psychedelics. Research confirms trace DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Jeez, I hate saying that. Dimethyltryptamine production in the mammalian brain. The pineal has been proposed as a site of endogenous psychedelic production during deep sleep, near-death experiences, and mystical states, potentially the biochemical basis of visionary dreaming. And Bynum's melanin connection. Bynum places the pineal gland within his melanin conscious matrix. The gland contains neuromelanin and is extraordinarily sensitive to light. In his framework, it serves as the biological epicenter where the luminous dark light field interfaces with the individual nervous system. And all this is pretty much telling you is that you can astral project as long as you breathe correctly and you what's the easiest way to say it? If you trigger the right chemical reactions in your brain, you can actually astral project and soul travel. Okay. A unified model of mind and reality, from neurons to cosmos, the unbroken thread. 1. Quantum field, 0-point energy, the ground of all being. 2. Melanin network, biophotonic grid, biological light interface. Neuromelanin, brain dark matter, consciousness amplifier, dream states, REM, delta, portal between worlds. The synthesis. Bynum's model proposes that consciousness is not produced by the brain, it flows through it. The brain's melanin-rich regions act as biological antenna. Turn to a luminous dark light field that connects all living beings. Dreams are not random neural noise. They are real transmissions through this matrix. Windows into the collective, ancestral, and cosmic intelligence that underlies waking reality. All right. So some practice, if you want to work with the matrix, here are some practical tools for expanding your consciousness. Okay. Dream journaling. Keep a journal immediately upon waking. Record images, emotions, and symbols before the ego reasserts itself. Bynum states that dreams are data from the family unconscious and the matrix. Next, we have meditation and theta. Practices that induce theta states. Breath work, mantra, float tanks. Open the bioantenna. The melanin-rich locus coeruleus quiets, and the matrix signals strengthens. With ancestral work, engage consciously with lineage, genealogy, ancestral altars, family constellation work. Bynum's framework. Your ancestors' consciousness is biologically accessible through your own neuromelanin system. Imagine that. ancestors are always with you, right? Reducing calcification. The pineal gland calcifies with fluoride, processed foods, and excess screen light. Decalcification protocols, sun gazing at safe times, clean water, darkness before sleep support its sensitivity. And to conclude, got this quote that says, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." Your brain is not the creator of consciousness. It is the instrument through which the instrument through which the luminous matrix plays. All right. And if anyone's interested in the text that this information comes from, it's called Dark Light Consciousness, The Luminous Matrix of Reality by Bruce Bynum. Okay. And that concludes our show. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Hope you learned something today. And that's it, Thanks again. And we'll be back. Same time, same place.